Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brother and sister, Mohammad Awad-Eljied with you tonight. I would like to first to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that everyone is safe and well through this pandemic. And we hope and pray this pandemic will clear very, very, very soon. I'm a financial consultant, and I'm going to talk about the CARES Act that President Trump signed into law in March 27, 2020. And I'm going to break my discussion into four parts. The first part, I'm going to talk about the financial assistance that part of the CARE Act provide for working citizen, working American. And then the second, I'm going to talk about the PPP, which is Paycheck Protection Programs. And then the third part of the discussion or this live, I'll talk about the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Emergency Advance. And then the last will be Q&A, and I will address some of the information that we need to be addressed. Let's start with the assistance that the program had offered. And this is some good news for all American workers, single or married. Any American who works and pay taxes for 2018, 2019 will be receiving a $1,200 check immediately. And I believe that it's already been sent by April 15. And these for family to help with rent and food during this pandemic. There is some qualification for this $1,200 check. First, you have to be unemployed or a self-employed, and you earn income, as well as if you're making up to $75,000 and you are a single taxpayer, you will receive $1,200. If you're husband and wife and making less than $75,000, you will receive $2,400. And it will be phasing out as far as husband or wife, corrections. If joined husband or wife, if you make up to $150,000, you will receive the $2,400. But for single, you will be receiving the $1,200 if you're making less than $75,000. But if you're making $75,000 to $99,000, it will be phased out. What that means, let's see you're making $76,000. That every 100 above $75,000, it will be deducted $5. For example, if you're making $76,000, how much you will receive? That means we have $1,000 above $75,000. That means we have 1,000. Every 100 will be $5. That means $50. When they will deduct $50 from your $1,200, so you will receive $1,150. That on the single side. On the joint husband and wife, less than 150, you will receive the $2,400. More than 150, up to 198, it will be phased out, similar to single. On top of that, you also will be receiving $500 per child. So if you have 2-3 children, you will receive $500 per child. So this money should be in your bank account if you file your taxes in 2018 or 2019. And with the IRS will have your account and bank information, and they should be wiring or direct deposit that fund directly into your bank. So according to the Secretary of Commerce, that this fund should be, I would say, no later than April 30th. So in fact, people already received some of those. In fact, more than 80 million household American, they should receive this $1,200 or $2,400. So the question is, if you have not gotten your $1,200, you just need to go to the irs.gov/mycheck. irs.gov/mycheck. And you can inquire about your check for this benefit. But the condition is you have to work and you have to pay tax or file tax in 2018 or 2019. Let's see if you don't have, if you haven't filed for 2018, but you file for 2019, you will receive. And if you have filed for 2018, but you have not filed for 2019, you still will get that benefit. So this is just to give you an idea as far as the immediate assistance, which is the part of the CARE Act that you will receive. So make sure you follow that, and you should have that one. The second part of this life would be the PPP, which is Paycheck Protection Program. This is part of the CARE Acts, and as all you know, this is a health crisis. It's not a financial crisis, and it's not economic crisis. So basically, the American economy right now in a coma. So it's a healthy before, but because of this pandemic, it right now is almost frozen for almost over 30 days. So the government, or part of the act, that we want to make sure that a company will not get out of business. So they provide a PPP, which is Paycheck Protection Program. And this is for any employers or any company, corporations, self-employed. If you are a self-employed and you have 1099, you are qualified for this program. And this particularly PPP, how to apply for it, you need to apply through your bank account or your bank that you deal with locally, and usually first in, first serve. This program, it is basically at 1% for 24 months, no payment for the next 6 months. And if you use the fund that you get from this program, you will not pay it back. What I mean by that, this program, up to $10 million, at 1%, you pay it within 24 months. The first 6 months, no payment. As long as you use the fund to pay for your employees, to pay for the company mortgage and some of the expense, you will not have to pay it back. Because the purpose is they want you to keep your employees and to keep the economy moving forward. What happened if I have not used it all toward my employees? Then you have to pay at 1% within 24 hours. And this program, anybody work for himself. As long as you file taxes and you have 1099, example, if you're an Uber driver, you will be qualified for this program. If you're a public speaker, you will be qualified for this program. If you have a one employee company or two, you will qualify. The condition is you have to use this fund to pay for your paycheck up to 2 months. For 2 months, if you use the fund for paying your employees, you will not have to pay it back. That is the condition. But as long as you file taxes, as long as you have an employees or you have a 1099 taxes, this program is available. And basically, believe it or not, this program, as fast as, if I give you an estimation, last year SBA program, it's about $3.5 billion. This program, more than $350 billion will be into this program. And in fact, last Friday, some of the banks, 10 billion within 6 hours. So first in, first out. And I believe this program will be over very soon, but the fund is not enough. And I believe that the Congress will act again, and they have to add probably $2.5 to $3 billion to keep the economy moving. This is about the Paycheck Protection Program. So I would say, do not procrastinate. Get hold of your bank immediately. Go ahead and see how to apply for this one. It is basically, if you use it correctly, it's free money. I would say take advantage of it and make sure you apply for it. The second program, which is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Emergency Advance. And this is really program, what's unique about this program, it has a $10,000 grant. Grant means it's free money. Free money. The condition is You have to apply for this program, and you have to go through the SBA, Small Business Administration .covid program to apply for this one. Or if you just go to sba.gov, you should be able to get those information and how to apply for the economic injury disaster loan. And this program up to $2 million. And the condition of this program is 3.25% for 30 years. But the first $10,000 is grant. So my advice is, if you can apply as soon as possible. So you cannot procrastinate. So go ahead and apply for that program through the SBA.gov, and you will be able to receive that. And it does not, and in fact, up to $200,000, then you can also utilize it for your paycheck and some of their expense that you will have for your business. This really, as far as the two program that available at this time. And I would definitely, the question, I have several questions that come across. One of the questions really, what, as individual, what do we need to do at this point? And I always say there's two things you can do at this time. Two things you can control. You can control your attitude toward this pandemic, and also you can control your activity. What I mean by my activity, the most critical in this time is your expense. How can I control? Because you have no control of losing your job. You have no control of this pandemic. You have no control what's going to happen tomorrow, but you have control how you're going to spend the money that you're going to receive. So my advice, once you get that $1,200 or $2,400, do not spend it all. At least have of it, put it aside for rainy days, because we never know. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but at least we can see what we can do today. And number two, please make sure take care of yourself and take care of your family. This is, and it is really, we're like sailing on a boat. So we are all together in this pandemic. We have to help each other, and we have to protect each other, and to make sure we will sail safely. And I'm sure definitely there will be a light at the end of the tunnels. So take care of each other and make sure you take care of your loved one. But also, you cannot just sit and wait for things to happen. My recommendations, if you have a mortgage in your home, call your mortgage company, tell them I have been affected by COVID-19. Right now, most of mortgage company, they're offering 60 to 90 days no payment without impacting your credit history. So basically, they will freeze your mortgage payment, no interest, no actually late fees charges, and no impact on your credit history. So take advantage of that. The next 3 months, some of them 3 months, some of them 60 days, some of them might go up to 120 days. So take advantage of the situation right now. And in fact, you don't have to apply online, and you don't have to fill in applications. Automatically, part of the CARE Act, a lot of financial company offering this service for free for anybody, and they will not even verify if you have been, but I would definitely call my mortgage company or your landlord if you're renting right now, because any dollars count, any penny counts. If they can give you a break on your rent for the next 3 months, that money put it aside for rainy days. So take advantage of that, because there's no fees, and there's no late and no impact for your credit history. That's the thing that you can do today. Second thing is also, if you have credit card, call the credit card company and communicate with them. They will be more than happy to freeze your payment for the next 30 to 60 to 90 to 120 days without impacting your credit and without late fees. Car payment the same way. So anything that, if you have any obligation coming up in the next 30 days or 60 days, contact your creditors. They were not going to call you. They will not contact you. This is the thing that you can control. You can control some of your destiny. So make sure communication is the key. By letting them know, then definitely they will work with you. So this is what, because you need fund right now, more important to feed your kids. You want to make sure that you have money for your car, gas. You want to make sure the necessity right now, and also make sure save some of the money that you're going to receive from the government. So that is really one of the things that has to be, you have to be active, and you have to really determine to get things done, as far as that one. So you can do something. I mean, you can have some control, and you can some impact. So at least you can enjoy with your family, and really have quality time without stressing, without making a late payment or impacting your credit history, because we don't know when you will go back to work. We don't know when it's gonna clear, but it will clear. But at least let's be proactive and take advantage of the situation at this point. So that's one of the things that you can do as far as your personal finance. Take charge and make sure take advantage with that one. So the last section of the CARE Acts, which is very, very critical, I'm going to give some good news as far as those who have 401k. If you have a 401k or part of the employer retirement plan, part of the CARE Act that you can access your retirement, God forbid if you have an emergency that you need to access that fund. It used to be, this is actually unprecedented, never happened before, that the IRS exempt people who are younger than 59 and a half to access their retirement. This has never happened before. Now, if you are even 20 or 25 or 30 or 40 and you have an emergency, you have a 401k plan with the employer, you can call your 401k company and let them know, hey, I've been affected by COVID-19 and there's certain conditions. I would like to access my 401k, and you can access that 401k up to $100,000, and the taxes will be actually, you can pay it within 3 years. So that is also available for those that have been affected by COVID-19 and for their 401k or retirement to be accessed. So that money available as well. So there's some hope, there's so many opportunity available, but those who are lucky right now and have a job and working, one of my recommendations, make sure double your contribution to your 401k. Because the market really has been very low compared to what happened in the past. So take advantage, double your contribution to your 401k so you can take advantage of the market. So that is very also, if you have a job and continue working, make sure to take advantage of that situation as well. This is as far as the 401k. So basically the four part that we covered, the stimulus package and benefit for those who are working and having taxes, and the PPP, which is a Paycheck Protection Plan program, and the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Emergency Advance. Once again, to get to the PPP, you have to contact your local bank and to apply for that program. Up to $200,000, you don't have to pay it back if you use it to pay your employees. And this is for a company less than 500 employees. They can apply for that program. Economic injury, $10,000 is grant. Everyone who's self-employed should apply for that one. How to apply for it? Go to sbc.gov for this program, and you should be able to file online. And don't give up. Sometimes the application is intense, but make sure to get through, and it's not that difficult to be able. If you have any difficulty, just contact your local bank. They can help you fill those informations. And your tax, really the best information, you do need to get some of the tax information. Make sure contact your tax advisor or the person who take care of your taxes. So this is some of the program as well as the 401k program. I think we touched on that one. So now I think I will answer a few questions that came through. First question, I have a person asked that, hey, my parents lives with me and they are a U.S. citizen, and can they benefit from the stimulus package program, or the $1,200 per individual? Well, unfortunately, if they live under your household and you file for taxes under your name, you at the household, then you will receive the $1,200. Your wife will receive the $1,200 if you met the income guideline less than $150,000. But unfortunately, your parents, even though if they're U.S. citizen or residents, as long as they are filed under your name, they will not receive that $1,200. Unlike if they live on their own or file their taxes or just receive Social Security, then in this case, they will receive the $1,200 if they live on their own. Doesn't matter if they are U.S. citizen or green card, as long they have income or file taxes, they will receive that fund. Second question, I'm an Uber driver. Can I benefit from the PPP? Yes. If you have 1099, if you filed 1099 2018 or 2019 and you're a self-employed, yes, you can apply for the PPP as well, and you can apply for the economic disaster injury programs, and you can take advantage of the $10,000 grant free. So as long as you have 1099, you have earned income for 2018, 2019, I would say you will benefit from that program. And one of the other questions, I'm a student, but I file my taxes. Can that the benefit program affected my student loan? Well, if you're a student and you file your own taxes, not under your parents, you will receive the $1,200, and that will not have any impact on your student loan. And in fact, also you can try to, as far as if you have student loan payment, you can contact the student loan department for them to hold your payment for the next 60 or 90 days to take advantage of the COVID-19 or the CARE Act as far as that one. Well, I think this is some of the questions that they came through. The question is, any limitation as far as income? I believe I did address that one. If you are single making 75,000 or less, you will get the $1,200. But if you're making more than 99,000 single, you will not receive that $1,200. Couple, if you're making up to $150,000, you will receive $2,400. Up to $198,000, it will be phased out. But more than $198,000, you will not receive the $2,400. Question, non-profit. Can non-profit apply for this PP? Absolutely. Non-profit, they can and they will qualify for PPP as well as economic injury disaster. I will advise their board of trustee or their accounting department to go ahead and make sure to take advantage at least the $10,000 grant from under the economic injury disaster program. They can get that one. And also, as long as they can, for the PPP, they need to apply for that one. And as long as they use the fund to pay for their employees for the next 60 days, that money will be absolutely free. They do not have to pay it back for the government. So it's up to their board and their financial committee to make sure to take advantage of this situation as soon as possible. But the key is they cannot let their employees go. So they have to retain them to make sure they are part of the pay check. I will see if any other question that came through, and I will be able to address that questions. I'm just going to go through some of those websites that for the people, they can go ahead and get more information. COVID-19 relief.sba.gov. That's one very critical one you need to go. COVID-19 relief.sba.gov. And then also to get or to inquire about your check from the IRS, make sure to go to irs.gov/mycheck to inquire where is your check and will be. And the question is, I have not worked for 2018, but I worked for 2019 and I have not filed tax yet. My advice will be go ahead and file your tax immediately so you can get your stimulus package benefit. Because if you do not file your taxes, IRS has no record on your information and they will not send you that check. Make sure file, and also make sure have your tax return be sent it directly to your bank account, because those who have no record with the IRS as far as bank information. They want to go ahead and send them the checks. And checks, as you all know, might take weeks or even months. So I would say probably the best way to do that, make sure when you file your taxes and have the fund be direct deposit into your bank directly. If you don't know about direct deposit, make sure you just take a voided check to your CPA or the person who does your taxes, and it has information, the bank routing number and the bank account number, and they will be able to plug it in, and the money will be able to be sent. Even though if it's not sent now, it will be sent, because as long being affected by COVID-19, you will be qualified. If it's not today, tomorrow, if not tomorrow, next, along during the end of the 2019, you will be able to receive that fund. But the sooner you file your taxes, the faster you will get your money. Another question that in 2018 I made more money, and in 2019 less money. Am I qualified? So the question is basically, if you made you are a single and you made over $100,000, you will not be qualified for COVID-19 Care Act. So my advice is go ahead and file your 2019 taxes immediately. And if you're making less than $75,000, you will get your $1,200. But how about vice versa? So if I made less in 2018, but I made more in 2019, can I get that package? Well, if you file 2018 and let's say you're making $50,000 and you have not filed for 2019 because you made $100,000, fortunately, you will get the $1,200 for 2018, as long as 2018 on record showing $50,000. But if you have not filed for 2019, but later, if you file 2019 and you're making $100,000, that $1,200 next year, IRS will be deducted from your taxes. So it's not that easy, it's not that free. So, but you can have at least $1,200 advance on you to take advantage for this year. So that is very, very, very good questions that you sent. I appreciate that. Question: if I file for my taxes as a head household versus joint. Head household could be, you could be single, but the head household, your option is you can make up to $146,000 and you still get the $1,200 benefit. Another important information that also you need to take advantage of as far as unemployment benefit. If you've been furloughed or let go from work, make sure file your local benefit as far as unemployment benefit, and under the CARE Act, really up to $600 a week. This is federally. So you make sure you go ahead and file your unemployment benefit and file weekly to take advantage of this situation. Make sure you follow the guideline and to take advantage of that one. Well, I think that's some of the information that I have received so far, and hopefully I cover some of the information that need to be covered, and hopefully you will take advantage of that. And then I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect you all and to keep you safe during this pandemic, and tomorrow inshallah will be a better day. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.